Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joining.
Can you reach all the way to the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joining the making of
Okay. I'll put
the
more
bubble.
in.
And we just let Tina, Christina Marie, and Mike Emery, and our colleague from Yorka, get on with making the bubble. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Basis 78. Christina Marie, introduce what we're doing.
Hello, hi. We're back again, Basis 78 with Mike Emery, and we've also got Carlos from Yorka. He's helping out today, mainly because he's had lots of experience in making these. He's brought these along with him that he's made earlier, and but he wants to know really what the main most profitable ingredients would be. So that's why he's joined Mike, and Mike's going to run through it. We've got all the ingredients, and Mike's going to take us through it bit by bit on how he would make an organic bubble, which is quite powerful. We're going to make two, aren't we, Mike?
Yeah.
I've got my bowl here, and this is Miles's bigger one.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be carrying yours, so you don't want it to be too big. and we're going to put one. We used to put two pipes. We're just going to put one pipe.
Yeah.
You know, because that's all we need. We've learned more about the pipes as we've gone along.
So what we're going to do first, then what's the first step for everyone that's watching this thing? We've got the bowl.
Okay. Well, see, this is a flower pot, and it's got holes in the bottom of it. Okay. So Carlos found us a couple of rocks that pretty much fill the holes. So we're gonna put the rocks in there, and we're gonna put a layer of cement over this to seal that in, and then once that's sealed and set up, then we'll add a layer. This is diatomaceous earth, this is natural diatomaceous earth that you got, okay? And then we'll put a layer of that, and this is a piece of shungite, and this is a quartz crystal, and we'll have the quartz crystal touching the shungite directly. And shungite, it's got a little DE on it. The shungite looks like that, okay? Here's another piece of shungite. And then we'll add some, this is crushed up amethyst, which cleans the shungite and the quartz crystal. This is clear quartz crystal. This is a flower pot, and all flower pots have holes in the bottom. And Carlos found us a couple of rocks that fill the holes. Now we need to make it so they're impervious. We don't want water coming in through there or going out. So we're going to add a little layer of cement in there. We've made up the cement. Could you pick that up, Carlos, please? So this is Portland cement. You can see that it's a little darker in color. Carlos mix it up, you know, with the mixing spoon, and we put iron oxide in there. We have put iron powder in there, and I dumped a little bit of magnetite in there also. You know, and the reason is because cement all by itself. Now, what we're doing here is to show you how to make a very, very powerful bubble piece. But I'm telling you, you don't need any of this. All you need is a bag of, if you're on a budget or whatever, you get your bag of plain old Portland cement, okay? You put it in any kind of form, and you add water to it, it sets up, that's it. You got yourself a bubble piece right there, okay? And you know, by adding, then, you know, by touching it with the violet ray wand and the infrared lamp, it will bubble up. You'll feel it. It's very noticeable. This, when we get done with it, will be quite a bit more powerful than that. A lot more powerful. And you know, it just depends on how advanced you want to get. But I'm telling you, just plain old cement works very, very well. I know of a few bubbles that are like that go for hundreds of miles, have changed things in the area, control the weather. One cement bubble in a place in Mexico. You know, this lady did it. She got right on it and did it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make these two bubbles right now. This bubble here, we need to a bubble piece, this flower pot. We need to seal up the bottom of it. So Carlos is going to make us a little bit of cement in here. And we're going to put it in there and let it dry out and set up so that it seals that, and then we can finish filling it up. And meanwhile, we'll make Christina's device here. And the way that we'll do that is that Christina bought some good diatomaceous earth that's very natural. We'll put the diatomaceous earth on the bottom. Yeah, here you need some water. What's that?
Sticks. Might be a bit
Oh, for a stick for
better.
mixing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tina's will get some water in it to begin with. You don't want water. Ultimately, you know, the neat thing about the cement is it dries the water out. It's a chemical reaction, and the water creates calcium silicate. Is this what cement is when it's set up? And calcium silicate calcium is a conductive material. It conducts electricity, and the silicate is it's what crystals are made out of, silicon. And so you have both a conductive material, the calcium, and an excellent insulating material, the silicate. You know, and that's automatic in concrete that has had water in it set up, or cement that's had water in it set up. You can also use concrete. We've found that you just touch the violet ray wand to cement anywhere, just about anywhere, and people that are sensitive can very definitely feel the bubble, and that's the exciting part. You got that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if we fill it up. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, now yeah, that's really nice and thick. You did a good job there. Okay, go ahead and make another one because we'll use it later. Okay, so that's got that little layer in there to plug it up on the bottom. Now we'll start with this. If you would put some of your diatomaceous earth in there, put a layer of, or I guess Carlos can do that. Careful, your microphone.
Precious earth.
Okay, now we're going to put the crystals in this DE.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one crystal like that. Okay, and then we've got some very special crystals here. Oh, these little crystals are so powerful, and this has got graphite and infused with honey, because you want we want to broadcast honey anyway, and the carbon in the graphite is quite literally a connection to God, to darkness, and that's what we're connecting with, is the gaps in the ethers are dark. And so that is a connection. All you need is a little tiny bit like that. That's maybe even too much, but it's enough for what we're doing
So
here.
that's honey and carbon.
And graphite.
Graphite.
Yeah. Carbon graphite.
Carbon.
And they're both touching the shungite. Mm-hmm. And then we take a little bit of amethyst. This is crushed up amethyst, and we put that around there, touching everything. Little bit. Okay. And what the amethyst does is it cleans the other crystals. Then we take this, because we've got a beautiful lady here, we're putting rose quartz in there. Okay. All touching everything, one another. And the rose quartz, that's plenty, really, too much, but
Just means more love.
We'll do, it's love. It's a love rock.
Yeah.
You know, if you like rocks, then you want some love, get some rose quartz. and then this is in frankincense. Okay, so we just put a couple drops of frankincense, all it takes. There we go. That's good.
Could you put
And
any
then where's your
essential
hair?
oil
You had a
in?
piece of your hair there.
Yeah. Could you put any essential oil in that you like?
Any and all essential oils. You could put a little drop of each one of them.
Oh.
And then because this is Christina's, we're putting a bit of her hair in there, and now she will be forever connected to that.
Ooh, and my nail.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hair and nails in.
And now to activate the crystals, what we'll put in there is a magnet. Now, this magnet came out of a hard drive that Miles harvested from the hard drive for this purpose. And so we're just putting one magnet in there so that it's touching the crystals and it'll continually activate this. The magnetic energy stresses the crystals, causes them to phosphoresce piezoelectric energy, which creates flow in the piece. Okay, we like flow. Go with the flow.
Can you see that, Miles? I'm going to show you. It's all in the middle. Okay. Touching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're ready for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is Carlos has mixed up the cement in the metal bits. The metal bits being, again, iron dust and iron oxide. And then we're going to put a layer of that in there, about the same thickness. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put shungite crystals and so on and so forth to really get this thing connected to...
Powered up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And provide lots of flow.
But you don't have to do layers. You're just doing it to make it more powerful. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
You want to use the spoon there because you got it. It's a little bit heavy on water, and you can get the spoon out. Yeah, and spoon it in there very carefully, so that we don't disturb. You know.
You're doing really well without
Yeah.
an overall.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Excellent, perfect.
Carlos has made these before because he's got a small holding in Mallorca, haven't you, Carlos? And you keep bees, and you've been using your devices to actually ward off radiation and pests, haven't you? But now you're going to tweak your devices, aren't you? Now you've got some more info from Mike.
Well, yeah. Mallorca needs some help, okay? and Carlos known that, and for how many years? Like 8 years, he's been making orgone devices and putting them all over, hundreds of them all over Mallorca. And so when he gets home and he builds a bubble, it'll light up all of those orgone devices. The energy will flow, the euphoric energy will flow throughout the island. That place will change significantly. And the people that are doing it, like, will notice immediately within the first day. And then the rest of everybody will notice over the course of a few months that, that the things are much better, much nicer. Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and make up more or finish it. Yeah. All right, now we'll do the same thing here. We'll add a little piece of shungite. We'll add a little crystal. Touching it. We'll take a bit of amethyst. Put that over it. Take some rose quartz. Put that over it. And truthfully, this crushed up quartz is all we need. We don't need, the smaller the better. We're going to seed level, and seed level is where everything starts. And because we're in darkness, the smaller that we get, the more access to the darkness you actually accomplish. And so that's why I use very, very small stuff.
That's why I use the powdered iron and powdered magnetic.
Yeah, right. Everything powdered.
And we crushed the crystals.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's good. We can finish filling that one up. It's done, except for putting the pipe in.
Why are we putting this pipe in like this?
The reason we put the pipe in them is so, and we've learned we don't really need it, but we do, for certain purposes. And the main purpose is for touching the violet ray wand to the pipe, so the energy goes all the way through the organic mix. And the other reason is that we can take the wand out of the transformer. This handle is a Tesla coil transformer. It's got a primary and a secondary, and it's got 100,000 volts. But the main thing is got the frequency, 33,333 cycles per second, or hertz. And that is a very healing, very useful frequency. 33 is the number of manifestation. It's the triune, the three forms of God. So, in order to wire this to that, you can wire it, take and bare the wire and put it around there and tape it on. but people wanted to know how you get it going in the inside of the how you get it working in there. And so basically what we're doing is trying to establish the same contact that this does, and we do that with this. So we make that like that. Maybe do it twice. See, now we've got lots of more contact area, better. And you put that in there. There we go. And then take a piece of tape and tape it into the transformer so it doesn't leave there. Bare this wire, tape it on there, turn this on. That's it. Done. Finished. As you do this, you have to intend and tell your bubble genie and your bubble to protect all electronic equipment, and especially these things, so they don't die. Okay? And I have some of these in China, from China, made by Subay, S-U-B-A-Y. And those violet ray wands I have that have been going for months. People have them that have been going for years. But we've been having trouble with some of the ones we've gotten recently to keep them going. I don't know why. Anyway, so that's how you would deal with that, later on.
Yeah.
Now we can go ahead and finish filling this with the cement and metal bits. What you got there, buddy?
So basically this is just we don't need this copper pipe really, but if we've got these portable high frequency devices to power them up, this is a good idea. We can continually power it up and amplify that.
Yeah, right. Well, you don't need the pipe to get the energy from the wand into the organic mix because it's a conductive anyway. The cement is conductive anyway.
Right.
Okay, and so you can just touch this here. Okay, you touch it to the finish. When it's set up and finished, and you get this running. You touch it to it. It'll bubble up straight away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did do an experiment last night. I was having terrible hot flushes all the time, and I've been waking up about 5 times a night with a hot flush. And,
Okay, go ahead and put it in there if you would.
Mike energised the pyramids, those big pyramids, and he put them under the bed that I slept in last night, and I didn't have a hot flush at all. I've had some today, but I didn't have any. Obviously can only be sleeping next to that device. So I want to take it home.
Yeah. I don't know if this will be set up before you leave. You'll have to set it in your car in such a way that it doesn't tip over in it.
No, I'm not taking that in the car. Oh dear.
A little bit more?
Yeah, fill it full, flush. Because if she wants, if you ever want to go outside with this, and put this outside, then this needs to be sealed off with paint or resin or varnish or something, beeswax, so that it's impervious. Because the cement is porous, and if water gets in there, then it shorts out the capacitance field. So it doesn't work. Okay. Now, you see some people, Carlos made this. This is a beautiful piece. Nice, very clear quartz crystal. And he's got gold wire, silver wire, aluminum wire, copper wire, all wound around this, okay? And you could put that inside of the device and it'd work pretty well. You also see people putting this on top of the device, like that right there, okay? That doesn't work. What we're trying to do is broadcast the energy. And even the pipes, they focus the energy. Quartz crystals very definitely. Or pyramids or spirals, like you see some people put spirals on the top of these things. Do not do that. Leave it as plain and as ugly as you can.
I was going to say it's a bit ugly.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Leave it as plain and as ugly as you can, and that is what works. And then after a bit, after it's set up, well, we can do this now. We can turn this on now.
Okay.
No, the red light will totally affect the
setting of the cement.
Yeah, the setting. Everything and everybody will be red. But you want the bulb touching the piece. And these bulbs get very hot. You can't have anything close to the bulb, or it'll melt it. It won't catch on fire, but it'll like melt insulation off wires. It'll burn. It'll put burn marks on the table. Melt plastic. So you just want to be careful with it, that it's not touching anything that would melt.
Right. So mine's finished now, apart from it being set and any
Yeah,
wax
just put it
or
with-
resin if I want to take it outside.
What's that?
I said mine's finished now, apart from
Finish,
any
filling.
resin that I might want to put on the top
Any-
later on.
Yeah, any paint or anything
Yeah.
that make it impervious. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay. This is that's set up
nearly
good enough.
set.
Got a little bit too much water in that. What else do we got here? Oh, DE chip. I forgot to put the DE.
Oh yeah. Well, you put
This-
it in my one, but you haven't put it in Miles's.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but this is special food grade DE. Okay. And so, seeing as we didn't put it in the top, what we'll do is we'll put it right in there. Okay. And we can also put a little bit right there. That's all you need.
So tell us what's in the diatomaceous earth again that makes that so powerful.
Diatomaceous earth is diatoms, living beings that live in the ocean. Diatoms and phytoplankton. This is the basis of life. Okay, and the diatoms are little shell creatures, and living, and they congregate in still pools of either salt water or fresh water. Then, ages ago, a volcano went off, and the volcanic ashfall, which also has the white powder gold in it. All living things have the white powder gold in it. You can look up David Hudson's lectures on the white powder gold, and you learn a lot. It's excellent. And I've got a gold mine in Nevada that's full of white powder gold. I'm an expert. I know how this works. Yeah. So the white powder of gold is gold, silver, platinum, palladium, osmium, ruthenium, and in some cases mercury, that are in what's called the high spin state. And what the physicists call the high spin state is where the nucleus spins much faster and is longer, about twice as long as it is wide, is what they say. I don't know how they know that, but that's what they say. And apparently it draws more energy out of the darkness, out of the void, and it goes out and protects the outer valence of electrons from ionization. Now here you have metals, gold, silver, platinum. These are metals, which means that they are very highly polarized in what we consider to be their normal state. But in actuality, their normal state is this predecessor to them, which is the white powder of gold, the monoatomic elements, and that high spin state pulls the energy out, protects the outer valence of electrons from ionization. They become nonpolar, like an inert gas. And nonpolar energy is the light of life. And what flows in a superconductor, and the white powder gold is superconducting, is light, photons. That's what flows in a superconductor. Okay? And the whole body is set up to become a superconductor. And that's why we broadcast white powder gold. The diatomaceous earth is around 40% of white powder gold, supposedly. There's very definitely got quite a bit in it. And so that's why we broadcast the white powder gold to all living things, to all things. And that's actually what happens, simply because we put that little tiny bit in there. And it only takes a little tiny bit because we're interacting with the void, with darkness. And what do you have that is manifest from the void? Answer: ideas, seeds, the mustard seed. If we could have everything that we put in here, all these little bits being just the size of a mustard seed, that would be ideal. Okay? It doesn't make a lot of sense to most people, but the
We
truth
always
is,
think big, don't we?
Yeah,
we need
right.
more.
Yeah.
Well, we can make more devices then, and we're
Yeah.
crushing up just one piece of amethyst.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and fill it to the top there, if you would, please. A little bit careful so it doesn't run over. Angela, would you hand me my water bottle, please? The gray one right there. Thank you, darling.
Great.
Perfecto. Okay, that's it. That's it. There's nothing more we can do with that. So we start on Miles's one. So for this one, we need some of that diatomaceous earth down there, a layer of it, please. Good, good. That's good. Okay, now let me yeah, pretty quick. Let's do our little magic down here in this. So we'll take a piece of shungite, pretty good size. We'll put the shungite. We'll take a crystal. Touch that to the shungite. Take some amethyst. Put that right, touching it also, and some rose quartz. Miles needs some love in his life. So now he's going to have it. Okay, go ahead. Perfect. Very good job, sir.
So, Carlos was telling you about the bees, wasn't he, Mike, earlier? I didn't hear all of it. But there's been a problem in Mallorca with bee population.
Well, since Carlos has been putting Orgon around, the bee population is thriving somewhat. Okay, after he puts these bubbles, the bees and the butterflies and everything will thrive significantly, and the rodents, the flies and the mosquitoes and all the negative stuff, including the cockroaches, will leave. Okay, or they'll actually sacrifice themselves. They'll go to their death to get out of this energy. This euphoric energy kills them. Okay, and then you'll see hummingbirds. You got hummingbirds over there. You'll have flocks of hummingbirds hanging around your property. Yeah. Okay, thanks, buddy. Make up some more. To show you, let me show the bucket here.
Yeah.
That's a little bit heavy, darling. Okay, just a bucket, a plain old bucket that we put cement in, and we mix this stuff into it. Carlos mix it up, and that's what he's adding water to, and it's just cement, plain cement.
Okay. So how many layers are we going to do in this one? Because this is
Till
much
it's full.
bigger.
Yeah, till it's full.
Right, okay.
I suppose I could do this now. I need this. Where's another piece of shungite? Well, don't put that on the
Oh, I can
plastic,
get-
it'll melt the plastic. Put it on top of that quartz. Is that, should we turn this red light off, or is that okay with you?
Miles just put the light on. We can turn it off, can't we?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep
Yeah,
it
there
on?
you go. Yeah.
Right, we need more shungite.
I don't think we need that much. Just keep mixing little bowls of it till we get it done.
You want some more shungite?
Yeah, Mike, that's okay. It's not coloring the picture too much.
What's okay?
Get
It's
Oh, the
fine.
light?
It's fine. Unfortunately, your mic isn't, but we'll live.
Miles. Have you got any more shungite anywhere?
That's okay, never mind. We got shungite in here.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's on the bottom.
We're
Oh,
very, very good.
frankincense.
Do you need more? Do you need more shungite,
Yeah,
guys?
this is the magnet.
Do you need more shungite?
If you've got
No,
some.
that's okay. There we go.
And that.
That's it. A little bit of frankincense. You want a piece of your hair in here, Miles?
I'll have to find some. I don't know
Do you
where I
have
can
any
find
hair
it.
left, buddy?
It can be ear or nose hair.
The other thing that I've done before, we've already put a magnet on there. I don't really need to put magnetite in there, but I will anyway, because if you don't have a magnet, you take a little bit of this magnetite, which is magnetic, and you put it right around the crystals, and it will activate. It'll activate the crystal, continually stress the crystals, so that they will create piezoelectric energy, which is amplified and broadcast through the healing energy of the crystals, amplified and broadcast through this whole thing.
That's plenty. Did you put some of that in my one, Mike? The magnetite. Did you put that in my one?
I put your. Oh no, I didn't put magnetite. There's a magnet in there. You don't want the magnet. You don't really need the magnetite.
This is big. I suppose you could put one. What about this? Should we put this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Some more? Thought this was off. Yes, please.
So where do you suggest that Miles keeps this bubble then for best effect in the house?
Well, it's the most fun with the bubble pieces is they're outside.
Okay.
Because you get all the critters coming around, starting with birds, and then in Carlos' case where he's out in the country in Majorca, he'll have every kind of animal that exists in Majorca coming around, to bubble, to be involved in healing.
Great.
So we'll need to seal this one then for outside.
If he's going to put it outside, with the really nifty things about the bubble pieces is that you can move them, okay? And because you bubble up anywhere you put them. But best is if you put them one place and leave them there for a duration. For example, a guy that we know made some cloudbusters. He put the cloudbusters, on his property, and then he was going to go move the cloudbusters, and his dogs wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him move the cloudbusters.
Gosh.
Let me see what else. That's about it. All we got to do is fill this one up. That one's done. Yours is done. It's ready.
Yeah.
And all the time we've been doing this is bubbled up. This is energy. And it's organic energy. And where the organic energy, you have to bubble up these pieces is from this very powerful magnet, neodymium magnet that'll pick up like 300 pounds, and it's stuck on this, and this sticks to it, because there's a little bit of iron in that piece, and then it creates organic energy that's noticeable. We've been noticing it here all day, and things happen. Like Tina said, she had this set up by her bed last night, and she had no hot flashes. And then eventually, she get with this piece in your house, you'll not have any hot flashes at all.
Yeah. But how will I take it out in my handbag? It's a bit difficult.
What you can do is, your bubble genie
Yeah.
will let itself be known. Okay. Mm-hmm. All you have to do when you get in the bubble going, and you sit in the energy for any length of time, and you can feel it. It's on your heart chakra.
Yeah.
And your whole body will be tingling and stuff like that. Ask questions. You'll get the answer, and then the way that you'll know that it's the right answer is because the energy will hit you when in other words, it'll give you the answer telepathically. You'll repeat the answer, and then blam, it'll hit you, and it's saying, yes, correct. You can communicate with your bubble genie and your bubble a lot. You got to be reasonably close to it. But then after you've established that contact with your bubble genie, you can go anywhere on planet Earth and ask your bubble genie and communicate back with your bubble genie where it's sitting. And you can also have your bubble genie with you all the time. It is you anyway, because the bubble genies we found come from our heart. Mm-hmm. It's the entity that is the bubble genie is our hearts. Which is quite amazing to me, but that's what my bubble genie told me, and we checked with a couple other bubble genies, and it's correct. Yes, go ahead. Sorry, this is going to take a while to fill this somewhere up. That frankincense smells nice, doesn't it?
Oh, I can smell that.
Yeah.
I was going to say to you, why did you choose frankincense? Because you could have chosen any oil. What do you like about
Somebody
this?
gave it to me.
No, but it's expensive, isn't
Huh?
it? Frankincense is quite an expensive oil.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But you could use anything, couldn't you, to promote?
You can use any essential oil, any and all essential oils. You know, anything that you want to broadcast. You know, the hair of your horse, whatever. You know. Just that the organic piece will probably outlast your horse. But that's the other thing. You can put this in the barn where you keep your critters. They'll all be very, very happy. Yeah, extremely.
We'll have to try it and see if we can get back to you, see if we're happier
Yeah.
after a week. How long
Yeah.
do you think it could? Is it immediately that you'd notice a change in the atmosphere or in people's mood?
The bubbler, the people that put the bubble will notice instantly. They feel it just like we did. You know, you feel it instantly. Okay, it does nothing but get stronger over time.
Oh,
Yeah, and so you know it'll get to the point, and some of the ones are very strong. It's all vision distortions. Everything's fuzzy like a Monet painting. You know, the whole of everything, you know, is fuzzy, and that is the nature of images coming out of 2D, because there's no polarity, so there's no defined edges, so everything is fuzzy. You know, and so everything starts as a seed, then it goes to an image. That image is fuzzy, and that image mirrors up through the starting seed level down around Planck length, you know, in the four-sided ethers, and it mirrors up through, you know, from one to the next to the next to the next. It mirrors up through and gets more and more defined until you come to there's a boundary layer between the four-sided ethers and the hexagonal ethers. That is pentagonal, you know, five-sided. And the five-sided ethers is where the magic begins, where differentiation starts. And also the five-sided ethers broadcast that image into the hexagonal ethers, and that image is then made manifest, given that there's enough energy behind that image. In other words, that it fits with basically the images that are imposed upon us from predestination, you know, predetermination. You know, and those images are all in our aura, in our anu, and we replay them continually. It is our aura or our anu that we're affecting here, and that needs affected because it's not connected to our bodies. Our bodies have infinite awareness. Our bodies are aware of the past, present, future. They have infinite awareness by kinesiology. And the Max Planck Institute, you can look this up, human body knows 7 seconds before what the mind's going to decide. So, it's like I've been saying, the 22 people that went to Manchester, you know, the thing and died, you know, and their body knew a death event was coming, and it let them they let the idiot take them there anyway. The idiot being our mind, which has obviously nothing to do with our body, you know, because if it did, there wouldn't be anybody who showed up there, would they? You know? So, you know, but we like to die. It's part of the program. You know? And we do it via peer pressure. You know, these mass extinction events are due to peer pressure. Yeah, it's like craziness, you know. I mean, and why peer pressure? And that answer will blow you away. Every one of us is painfully bored with knowing everything. Okay? You know, our bodies know everything. How, like I've always said, why don't somebody introduce me to my asshole? Because I know it knows more than I do. You know, I need a proper introduction, please. But it turns out now it's got to be your heart, you know, because it's not only it's nice, it's a nice person compared to us.
I think this euphoria's kicking in.
Certainly is.
Yeah, thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Do you think he needs one more after this, Mike?
Yeah, it's almost 2 more.
2 more.
1 more anyway.
1 more.
You need more water? I think it needs more water.
Okay.
It's got to be.
So it's still worth making those little cakes. What do you call them? What was your little ones that you've made in the cake tin?
They call them tower busters, because people put them around towers. Why don't you sprinkle some of this DE in there, as well as some of the crushed up quartz crystal. These crystals, one thing that does work very, very well is taking the crystals and putting them right by the copper pipe. Right on the copper pipe, touching it.
More love.
There, do you feel that? You feel
No.
it?
I'm not as sensitive as you.
Yeah, nothing yet, but it will be.
No sense, no feeling.
Yeah.
So that's that. And more frankincense maybe in this layer. No?
That won't hurt anything.
Won't hurt him. Okay. I think you've used it. That's it. So this one that I've got, if I put it in my bedroom, would that be a good place?
Yeah, best place.
Yeah.
No.
But then would it be ideal to have one in each room?
Not if you're going to run a computer.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Because it simply won't work.
Wow.
The very, very first thing we do, these bubbles, and you do it again when you get home. Bubbles, please protect all electronic equipment and enhance the way that it works. Enhance the cell phone signals and the Wi-Fi signals. Let them work better, and also make those signals be healing as opposed to like Wi-Fi as a mitochondrial poison. We're going to change that to healing. Okay, no problem. Bubble says that, and they'll do that.
Okay.
So you can make your cell phone and all your electronic equipment work better at a distance.
Mm-hmm.
If you get too close to the bubble, it won't work at all.
Like yesterday, my phone wouldn't work at all.
Yeah. When we powered this up, the cell phone signal went away.
Yeah.
Until we asked for it to come back.
Which we did later, and it was okay.
Yeah, right.
We did.
It's very simple. Humans, you idiots, make the entire multiverse. You do. This is proof of it. That's what we're trying to prove to you. That you collectively are the God of the entire multiverse. And because you guys are God, then please fix the place. Use your mind properly. But the beauty of the euphoria is it's a no-brainer. It's because the euphoria, the only way that these things manifest anything is in euphoria. And so anything that you request to be made manifest in euphoria, like we've stopped all hurricanes on planet Earth since May, okay? And the way we did that is in euphoria. You ask, I am sending euphoric energy to hurricane so-and-so. Now, so be it. Bam, done, finished. Well, the other thing is you dance with it, you put the bubble around it. We'll do the intention, installation, telepathic intention, installation process in another video. And that's another important part of the bubble, is that it proves to you that you are telepathic. Your body already is, and you can get introduced to it by somebody. In this case, it's the bubble introducing you to it. and it's a change for the entirety of creation, because the euphoria supplants fear and love. Okay, the fear and love go away, don't exist anymore, because it's all just euphoria. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to slight camera repositioning.
Okay.
And just get that up a bit more. Can you see if that... It's just to sort of do an end bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, because I suppose you
A
could.
summary of something, and I'll do something different with this camera.
I get the.
It's the
I
last
get
one now.
mud on my eyelid. I get-
No, just yeah.
Concreted out.
You're going to carry your own device around with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you want your stick on it?
Glue an organic device to the side of my head.
Yeah. I suppose I was going to ask you that because we need to know what's happening with these, don't we? And you've got your Facebook page, Bubble Tech.
Yeah.
And people they're posting all the time, aren't they?
I just get a slight angle with this camera. Okay.
Do you go on that page a lot and have a look and
Yeah.
see what people are saying? Yeah.
Yeah, every day. I have to. I get people asking me questions on the Bubble Tech page. TECH.
Okay.
Bubble Tech is where everything's going on. Well, I think you'll probably edit that part out. Is that right, Miles?
What?
Will you be editing out that part that you?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
It's so, it's just that camera's had no shots because,
Because I've been in the way.
yeah, it will, yeah, no worries. I'll be editing this bit out.
So what?
Oh no, it's fun, Miles, seeing you.
What did he say?
He said he's editing this bit out.
Yeah, okay.
All right then.
Right. Wonderful.
Go?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you asking?
I was asking you, now we've made these, lots of people are making them, and on your Bubble Tech Facebook page, people are posting their experiences, aren't they?
Oh, amazing stuff. You know, curing a cancer, stopping hurricanes, stopped a volcano. Very, very, very much looks like we really did stop a volcano. Because the way the volcano in Hawaii stopped was from full flow one day to full stop the next day, and it hasn't come back again. You know? And that is the hallmark of a spiritual intervention, is because everything happens in quantum leaps. Everything actually blinks in and blinks out. You know, so it's a quantum leap every microsecond, or a big bang every microsecond, if you will. You know, because every microsecond we provide the images from our collective subconscious that makes the entire multiverse. That's the holographic principle. And science has also found that the entirety of the universe is a holographic projection from Earth. Earth is the center of this universe. All of the galaxies, the known galaxies in the universe, lay out in concentric circles around Earth. It's the only possible place that can happen, isn't it? Okay? The other thing that makes it really obvious is that the cosmic background temperature and the cosmic background radiation are both uniform throughout the universe. Except there's two anomalies in the cosmic background radiation. One of them lays in the orbital plane of the planets around the sun, and the other one crosses Earth. It is X marks the spot. This is right here where we're at. This is the center. This is where everything comes from. We are the makers of it, and this Bubble Tech proves that to you. And so hold your mind right. Start doing things properly. This also breaks us out of duality. It breaks the major change coming. You know, we got this event that's meant to be any day now. That may be 2 or 3 months from now, but they're meant to be in an event. And the nature of that event is that it will be darkness, 3 days of darkness, and all of the plastic in the oceans will be expunged. All of the man-made material everywhere will be expunged. You know, like if you're wearing a rayon shirt, it's gonna disappear. You'll come out naked.
That's
That
another
looks,
show,
that looks
isn't
just
it?
about perfect, buddy.
Job done. Then.
Great. So you keep up to date with your Facebook page and you answer questions, don't you, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's Bill Teising is the discoverer of the bubble tech, and then Bubba, Bubba Dumbass he goes by, is a former Navy SEAL. He doesn't want anybody to know his name, so he goes by Bubba Dumbass. But he's a shaman. He's a wizard, and he's done amazing things. That's where the
Thank you.
rodents and have been
Yes,
sacrificing
that's-
themselves. All the mosquitoes and the flies are gone, and he's got a cactus there. Okay, these big like sequoia cactus, they bloom once a year. Okay, it's been blooming every week for 3 months.
Oh.
It's bloomed 12 times,
That's good. All right, honey.
and it goes on like that. Totally phenomenal.
Great.
Okay, this is done. That's done. All this needs to do is set up.
Does look a bit crude.
Hmm?
Looks very crude.
Crude, yeah. Rude and crude.
Yeah.
But guess what? It works.
But it's, organic.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it then. So go and make some.
Yeah, right. We need 50,000 bubbles to shunt the entire planet into dreamtime. Start making your bubbles now and don't stop until we see dreamtime. Okay? Thank you much, Miles. I think that's it.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Right. I'll help clean this up.